So I work at the admissions office on the BYU Idaho campus, and part of my job is helping students with applications and helping them just get to know BYU Idaho, and that's basically it. So that's what the office does. But my job specifically is I'm on the outreach team. And so what that entails is giving tours to prospective students, and then I also will go to high schools and help students with their application to the university and things like that. So when I come into the office, it's basically just me doing my line of work, right? And so consequently, since everyone else is an admissions counselor, but I'm doing outreach, I sit in a different part of the office, kind of secluded into myself, to be honest with you, in my own little cubicle. And I just remember one day I was like, I really want to get to know my coworkers better, even though I don't necessarily do the same thing that they do. And so I saw a girl, and I knew her name, but I didn't know anything about her, and I thought, okay, how can I break the ice? And so I thought, okay, it's cold outside, I'm going to talk about the weather and say hello. And so I had it in my mind that I'm going to say, ugh, it's so cold, and then say, hey, I'm Ashton, by the way, what's your name? It's Mackenzie, right? And then kind of talk to her that way. And so she's walking toward me, and I'm over here, and I realized I needed to start talking to her right here so that we could have an somewhat effective conversation. But I totally botched it, and I was so flustered that all that came out was, ugh. That's it. So we're passing, and I just say, ugh. And she walks her way, I walk my way, and it was the most awkward thing. So I go and sit back on my desk, and I just think, oh my word, I was so appalled at myself because I'm a communications student, for crying out loud, and I should be able to communicate effectively. What is wrong with me? And it got me just thinking, though. I thought, okay, why did that happen? And I realized it's because I don't know her. I don't feel like I truly work with her. You know, I work in a completely different part of the office, and I have a completely different line of work, and so it made me think about business, and it made me think about our companies, right? And there's people who are leaders over, or maybe just people who are within our jurisdiction, right? And what do they think when we try to communicate with them, but we hardly even work with them, if you will. We hardly even see them at work. It's really difficult to communicate in that way. And so what I just want everyone to ask themselves is, not only do I know what I'm going to communicate, do I effectively communicate it, do I know when I'm going to communicate it, but do you know who you're communicating with? And that's something really simple to analyze. So what I want you to do, a little line of action, is try to recognize, do we know our employees? Do we know who we're working with? And if we do, great, how can we communicate better? But if we don't, let's analyze ways that we can get to know them better, so that they can listen, so that they feel valued and understood and known, and that they'll want to receive communication. Thank you.